Damn it, I ran out of laundry detergent. I'm gonna have to go to the store. You ain't gotta do that, bro. Just piss on your clothes. Yeah, that's what you should do. Just whip it out, piss on it. Yeah, that'll do the trick.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I read somewhere they used to do it in Roman times. Yeah, they also used to wash their face with urine, clean the streets with urine, and use it as soap. Would you advise that I do that too? You for real? Yeah, and it wasn't just human urine, it was also animal urine they used for soap.
Nigga, what?
It's time for a history lesson. Here is the most disgusting hygiene practices in the medieval era and other eras in the past. Number 10. Paid to wipe the king's ass. Imagine if this job was still in current times. You scrolling your computer on Indeed only to see a job post to wipe the ass of the CEO of Walmart. Depending on the pay though, I'm playing. Anyways, this job was called the groom of the stool, and funny enough, this job was sought after heavily in the past, specifically in the Tudor era. This job would often consist of tracking the king's bowel movements to make sure you're at the right place at the right time when he needs to relieve himself. Alright, I'm finished. Okay, sir, I'm right on it. And make sure you get every drop. Number 9. Women wanted big foreheads. Yeah, you heard that right. Back in the medieval ages, women with big foreheads was all the rage. The beauty standard for women back then consisted of big hips, small perky tits, and a cranium of a forehead. Women would often pluck their hairline back and shave off their eyebrows. The goal? To make their head shape look like Jimmy Neutron. The bigger, the better. In fact, I actually went back in time to speak with one of these men, and the conversation was, well, let's just say interesting.
I never looked at the ass. I always looked at that fucking cranium, that football helmet that she got on her fucking forehead. I always loved that about that woman. Like, if you get mad at me, like, Kevin, I swear with that accent that you got, Kevin, I kiss you on your forehead. Who you talking? Who you getting loud with? Who you disrespect? I kiss you on your forehead. You better.
Number 8. Mice as toothache lure. Before the invention of painkillers, our forefathers used the most extraordinary, shocking, and disgusting ways to cure pain. If it was not that bad either, it would turn out to be something that would make a man want to throw up. Like for example, in Victorian England, people suffering from toothaches had a unique remedy of placing a live mouse against their gums. The idea was kind of exhausting, for the poor mouse of course, but also unhygienic for the pain bearer. For them, this mouse movement was believed to draw out the pain. Number 7. Perfumed underwear. Imagine how you feel in new clothes with that freshly tinted perfume on them. Would you wish to remove them? Honestly, your grandies could be having the most disgusting yet funny ways of doing things just to smell good. Like in Renaissance Europe, people rarely washed their clothes, so by the time they wore them, they tended to be quite dirty. Of course, the odor that came after, that was not something that even a fly could stand. So, what did they do? To mask the odor, they would sprinkle their undergarments with perfumes or use scented sachets. Sadly, this method would always turn out to be disappointing for them because the underlying odor remained. I commend them for their efforts though. Number 6. Urine mouthwash. Again, here our ancestors lived to appreciate human urine to be of biological significance. To them, ammonia was more of a natural mouthwash than a fertilizer. Quite literally, they would frequently visit public toilets just to collect urine and use it to rinse their mouths. Like, who has the guts to do that?
And the only thing I can do is to drink my own pee.
I'm pretty sure you would just want to switch off this video, but I ain't done yet.
I think we ain't done yet.
Number 5. Crocodile poop toothpaste. A big thanks to the one who invented toothpaste. Perhaps he was fed up by how much ish people put in their mouths. If he got sick from it, then I don't know. But believe me, some people back then really had the guts. Like for example, the Egyptians, known for their endless obsession with oral hygiene, had a remarkable reputation for prioritizing crocodile dung. However, their idea of clean teeth involved using a mixture of pumice stone, powdered ox hooves, ashes, and a cherry on top of crocodile poop as a preferred method for that fresh breath. Also, as a honorable mention, women who would want to avoid getting pregnant would use crocodile dung as a form of contraceptive. Number 4. No frills bathing. Can you imagine that back then people used to have dates to take showers? Yeah, that was the case during the Middle Ages when bathing was considered a luxury and not a necessity. People used to smell like hell, and perhaps many were used to each other's smell, like sheep and goats and herds. No one complained. Taking showers was considered a communal duty where people would share the same bathwater with family members, starting with the eldest to the youngest. If this practice was about preserving dirt within the family or a way of blessing the rest of the family members, then we should just disqualify it, because it turns out that this unsanitary practice only spread more germs and diseases. Number 3. Poop cleaning sticks. While no-frills bathing shocks you, this one might even shock you more because it was more than a deadly practice. Imagine using a single cleaning stick to clean all pubic parts of your body, including your teeth, and worse still, that same stick being shared with the rest of the family, including visitors. Now, while you might not want to believe this ancient practice was more prominent in ancient China. People used dried animal bones or twigs to clean their teeth, and not to stop there, they even went ahead to use the same stick to clean their ears and even their belly buttons. However, some families often shared the same stick among themselves and also gave it to visitors to use. Number 2. The blood moss. Women in the past had a hard time dealing with menstrual periods. It was more of a painful shame than it was just a natural condition that currently we understand as healthy for a young girl. You know, we shouldn't go on to shame our ancestors for doing all manners of sad things to girls during those days. After all, they had no much idea about the biological nature of human beings. What happened to be a savior for most ladies was a certain European plant with unique astringent and blood-stopping qualities known as the blood moss. The plant got its name because it was used as a menstrual material, possibly in tampon form among medieval women. Number 1. Corpse-scented perfume. Believe it or not, some people would wear perfumes made from animal feces or decaying animal parts. You can say that people back then had an extensive obsession with just having a scent, whether good or bad. At least it would be unique to them and get people's attention towards them. Truthfully to say, it did not elevate their social status, but probably did wonders in repelling those they approached. Regardless, they tried back then and made do with what they had. Nothing wrong with being dripped out but smelling like the swamp. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and remember, knowledge is power.
Knowledge.